Is it the return of the Mac? Is the heavyweight division hotter than it's ever been? And are we going to see Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, return to action against Alexander Usyk in the spring? Knuckleheads, welcome to the Fighters Rep podcast. I'm your host, the Fighters Rep Fez, alongside. He's from Richmond Heights, and he's aiming for the bright lights, baby. None other than Ignorant Behavior. How you doing, Ignorant Behavior?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm ready to kick this year off or really push this podcast to the next level. This is my New Year's resolution, and I don't have any confusion about it. So that's what we're doing today. I'm glad you've joined me. I think people love to watch you on the podcast, banter back and forth with me. And this is an exciting one, Gary, because, man, I got to be honest, it's been a long time, Gary, since I've seen the heavyweight division make moves like this. This is crazy. This is like, it's making the kind of moves that a young Ignorant Behavior made fresh out of high school. You know what I mean? So first and foremost, let's get into it, Gary. The return of the Mac, the return of Tyson Fury. I've been watching videos of him getting ready. I think he was in Thailand. He's there hitting the bag. I mean, he doesn't look like he's in tremendous shape, but he never really looked to be in tremendous shape. But don't let it fool you, Gary. The Gypsy King can still fight. What do you think about this guy coming back now? I believe this is the 5th unretirement of the Gypsy King, Gary. What do you think? Is it the return of the Mac, or is the return of the Mac played out by this time, brother?
I mean, only time will tell. I mean, if we've been honest, we've seen him lose against probably one of the best heavyweights ever, one of the best boxers ever in Usyk.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the only person he lost to. I mean, everybody else he pretty much beat. And but so you don't, and it was Usyk's toughest fight of his career both times. He says Tyson Fury was the toughest fight he ever fought.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we could say he's done or he's past his prime, but even though things would kind of tell you that, like, I don't know, they said he was getting up close to 400 pounds again.
No way.
I mean, that's what I seen on the video. I don't know for sure, but I forgot who was it. It was somebody else reporting on it, like that he had gained a lot of weight. I don't know if it's true or not, but that he had gained a lot of weight back, bad habits and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So I mean, that might tell you he may not be fully invested as he was at one point. That maybe he's getting closer to the end and more fights. This might be one or two last fights, get that money and get out of there.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to do like Usyk, fight everybody he was supposed to fight. You know, he didn't fight Joshua. So maybe he would. Obviously that things changed because Joshua. That's where it seemed like we were heading a big payday. Yeah. Him and Joshua fight maybe once or twice, and then after that, I don't see anything else pretty much out there for him. After that, I mean, maybe you could tell me.
Gary, I think he's overdone it a bit with the falling out and falling back into the sport. He is 37 years old right now, according to Wikipedia. And, he's long in the tooth. Usyk's actually older than him, though, right? I still think, like you said, he lost 2 fights to Usyk. They were both decisions, right? I thought they were both pretty close. I thought Usyk won, but I thought they were pretty close. It was competitive. He's still, if you ask me, through evidence, he's still number 2, maybe top 3 in the world as far as the heavyweight division goes, and that's not a bad place to be, but it's a tough place to be, Gary, if you can't get to the top. You know what I mean? You're there. You're not getting any younger. You're not getting any skinnier in his case. The other thing that worries me for him, and, I mentioned his weight, is, I feel like he's the kind of guy, and he's even said this before, he needs to have a goal. He needs to have something to work towards in order to just to kind of function. So I'm a little bit worried about him, if I'm being honest. Nobody that fights and retires 5 times, in my opinion, is very stable, right? I don't think he's stable. I think he needs to find, whether it's commentating, whether it's training, I think he needs to find something to do and really break out of boxing once he's done. But do you think, I mean, I still think he can make a run, Gary. It's the heavyweight division. One shot can change everything. Usyk is older than he is. Usyk sounds like he just wants 2 or 3 more fights, he's saying, and he'll be on his way out. I mean, do you think Fury rather can make another run at a title? And you mentioned Anthony Joshua. I mean, that might be the biggest fight in all of boxing, really, as far as money is involved, right? Because if you think about the way, Gary, that Tyson Fury alone filled up a stadium.
Yeah.
And Anthony Joshua alone filled up a stadium. I'm talking about in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Man, imagine the both of them. I mean, you're going to need a damn, I don't know, you're going to need an island. You're going to need an island for these guys. You know what I mean? So do you think he can make another run, or is this just going to be get that money and get out of there?
I mean, I don't really see. I mean, if Usyk's planning on fighting another 3 fights, I thought Usyk wanted to fight Deontay, and that was it. From my understanding, I thought Deontay, and that's it. I'm
hearing multiple fights. I'm hearing 2 or 3 maybe.
So, if it is 3 and Tyson, I don't think Tyson Fury has that much time to wait. I don't think that, because even though Usyk's older than him, Usyk is someone who took care of their body better than what Tyson Fury did. You know, with the layoffs, with gaining up to 400 pounds, dropping back down, being 300, and just the drugs, whatever he was doing, partying. I don't think he took care of himself like a Usyk did. Right. You know, so I don't think he's somebody. It's like comparing Tom Brady to Cam Newton or something. You know what I mean? Like, sure. There's no way Cam Newton could play as long as Tom Brady or whatever, because he plays a more physical style or whatever.
Right.
And, you know, I don't know. That's just how I view it. I see him, you know, maybe fighting AJ like maybe once or twice. If it's close the first time, a second time, and then doing that and ending his career, kind of like the way Usyk is talking, that I heard him kind of talk like, you know, he wanted to fight Deontay Wilder. And a lot of people are like, why though? Because he hasn't been good in years.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yo, this was what we came in for. All of us were supposed to fight, except for Usyk. Usyk really came in on the back end of it, but those are the kings of his era. You know, before I leave, let me go knock off everybody so everybody can say, hey, I beat everybody who was the king of this era. And I feel like Tyson Fury, except for Usyk, he's going to want to say, hey, I fought Joshua too. Yeah. Me and him got it in there. And I don't think it will interest either one of them to really fight some of these other guys coming up that, I mean, frankly, they haven't proven to me that they're on Tyson Fury, Usyk's, or even Joshua's level.
Yeah.
I mean, except for Du Bois, obviously he beat Joshua, but I don't think that Tyson Fury has any care to want to fight him, and Usyk beat him twice already. So I just, if it was somebody that Tyson Fury fought besides Joshua, would be Du Bois, or however you say it.
What about, no, your pronunciation is perfect.
I'm learning.
Yeah, hey, enough Haitians down in Miami for you to learn how to pronounce that, brother. Shout out to my Haitian homies. You know, what about Moses Itama, man? Have you seen Moses Itama?
No, I haven't seen him. No.
Ooh, God, the one that knocked out Dillian White. He knocked out Dillian White, dude. This guy's like, man, I hate to make the comparison. People are gonna get upset with me.
Is that Dillian White's last fight?
Yes, dude. This guy was looks like he's like 20 years old. He's like a Mike Tyson, dude.
Yeah, no, I think I've seen that fight, but I can't remember. I don't want to sit here and make up stuff, but I think I remember. I think I remember that fight, but you know, but no. But still, even then, it's like, that's still an up and coming guy, unproven, doesn't have a huge name, not really like, because you just asked me, and I'm somebody who keeps up with it more than the casual fan, you know, and so I haven't seen him fight, no. Or if I did, I think I did see the Dillian fight, but I don't really remember what happened in that fight.
Right.
But That's not
Dillian
a
got
big.
knocked out. I think he knocked Dylan out in the first or second round. Like he
Yeah.
got him good. You
I
know?
mean, it's like Bud Crawford. After I beat Canelo, why am I going back to fight these guys that are, it's like, am I really gonna go back and fight guys who are still trying to make a name for
Hey,
themselves in the sport?
just go sit your ass on the
Yeah,
couch after that one, bro.
it's like, I mean, I need somebody, Errol Spence, then I fought what's his name at 154, which was just like whatever.
Madrimov.
Madrimov, which was just like whatever. But you fought Errol Spence was a huge name. That was your biggest payday. Then you fought Madrimov. Now you fought Canelo. Who are you fighting? I mean, even like people say, "Oh, I want to see him fight Boots." Why? Why would he go back and do that?
Right.
And I see the same thing with Usyk. Like, why would I wait? Why would I go fight Fabio Worley? Why would I go fight
dangerous guy?
Why would I go fight Bacoli or Parker it's not worth it.
I hear you 100%. It's too high risk, low reward for a guy in Usyk's position who's at the top. But what about a guy, Gary, like the Gypsy King? What about Tyson Fury?
But I don't think it's worth his time either.
I know. He wants to come back. But the question is, who does he come back and fight? I mean, if Usyk's going to be fighting Wilder in the spring, and Joshua just got in this terrible car accident, right? So I don't think he's going to be fighting at least, maybe not even this whole year. I mean, who knows? Maybe at the end of the year he can. I don't know. You never know. Maybe the end of the year or second half he'll fight. I don't know.
Well, I'm saying
if Fury wants to be active, he's not going to fight Joshua in the first half of the year. Or I don't think Usyk either in the first half. He's got to fight somebody.
I think, me personally, because he probably needs to get in the proper shape before the big fight. I think you can not fight somebody in the first half of the year and fight him in the back end.
Logan Paul?
Huh?
Logan Paul?
I'm just saying, I think you can not fight I think he can wait on Joshua. I don't think it'd take Joshua a whole year. If it is what's reported that he had a few scrapes. It wasn't like Errol Spence who got flung from a car in the air and landed on concrete and had to get dental work with his tooth and then his eye. He got in multiple accidents. That's not the same thing. Even though it's a car accident, you can mess up your back. So and sometimes you don't know till later on. Right. Hey, my back's jacked up because of this car accident. So, like you said, you never know. But if it was a car accident, ain't nothing broken, nothing hurt, just gonna be sore for a few days, I think he can fight if he's in the right mind state. Now that's the other thing that you want to look at. He may not even be in losing best friends. So you're right. It may be a year away. Yeah, so if then we already named the other guy, Dubois. I was doing good.
That's a dangerous fight.
Yeah, but I mean, those are only two fights I can see him possibly entertaining. Because Dubois did beat Anthony Joshua. So he does have some of that name, some of that cachet. He was a champion. Those other guys aren't champions like, that held that title like that. You know what I mean? So
damn, did you just whip cachet out, bro? Damn, I gotta keep up. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is the Fighters Rep podcast. We are live every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern time. That's Miami time, where me and Ignorant Behavior are from. So please subscribe, join the channel, help us continue to grow. And we're talking about the heavyweight division. We're talking about Tyson Fury, who he's fighting on the way back. Looks like he's unretiring for something like the fifth time. Gary, I hear what you're saying. And we did see Terrence Crawford do it, right? But Terrence Crawford is a different animal. He did not take a single tune-up fight for his super middleweight fight against Canelo Alvarez. But Terrence Crawford is an absolutely different animal who has taken care of himself much better than Tyson Fury has. And, historically speaking, I believe Tyson Fury has always taken a warm-up fight before a big fight. At least, that's the way I've seen him move throughout his history in the sport of boxing. So I would imagine, he's going to come back, probably take a really light touch, considering that, he may be blowing up the way, you heard of the grapevine. He may be 300-400 pounds or whatever it is. I would imagine he would come back, take a light touch, But I would not want to spoil the potential bag, Gary, with another one in between that and that Joshua fight. I mean, at most, if I'm Fury and he insists on taking one fight, man, I take that one fight and then I fight Joshua because there's too much money on the line. Not that these guys need more money, but nobody's going to say no. Nobody's going to say no to that much money, you know?
I mean, like I said, I think that was the plan. I think that's the reason why on a Jake Paul fight, which got a lot of eyes, he called out Tyson Fury, because I think they already know, like, okay, yeah, we want to fight. We're going to make this happen. Because I think before, at another time, Tyson Fury said he wanted to make that fight happen before, he retired. So I mean, and I think it's money, but I also think it's just, let's close the chapter how it's supposed to be. All because it was him, Wilder, and Joshua. He never got to fight Joshua. So, and he fought Usyk, who is an all-time great. And so he got to be. I don't see a great like Tyson Fury or any great, any super great. And I'm not talking about guys who won championships and they're really good fighters, but they're not considered the elite.
Yeah.
Like those guys with that type of mindset, they want to fight everybody who was elite in their era.
Yeah.
Just to see, you don't want to sit back and say, man, I wonder how that fight would have went if me and him went at it or whatever. You kind of want to do that if you can. No, that's why it's so sad to see. I'm sorry. I just thought about it. That's why it's so like the Gervonta Davises, the Ryan, you got who was it? Gervonta Davis, Ryan, Devin Haney, Shakur. A lot of these guys are not going to fight everybody. From what it looks like, it don't feel like Gervonta fought Ryan Garcia, and I mean, I don't think he's ever fought Tio. That's what we forgot.
Yeah.
It was, but Shakur Stevenson was a little bit behind them. It was more of a Tio, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and Gervonta.
Yeah.
And I mean, so far Gervonta and Ryan fought, but I don't think they're gonna do, because Haney's at 147 and Teal's at 140 now. He's gonna fight Shakur.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just don't see it. It's kind of sad. So whatever.
And Shakur had to jump up to 140, right, to fight Teal.
Yeah.
Shakur is I think he's a 135 or more naturally, but it's just so hard for him to find a fight. Nobody wants to fight the guy, and it's unfortunate. Like you're saying, a lot of these guys don't want to fight each other. But yeah, I mean, that's what I appreciate about these guys fighting each other. Also, I kind of want to move on to the Usyk Wilder thing now with you. And, this was a good segue, because a lot of people are complaining, Gary. They're saying, oh, Usyk's fighting Wilder. Like Wilder at this point in his career, he's not the bronze bomber anymore, right? He's more like the aluminum foil bomber at this point, Gary. All respect to Wilder, though, man. Gave us a lot of entertainment in his prime, but he's definitely way past it, I think. I think he's significantly past. I mean, lost to Joseph Parker, got stopped by Big Bang Zhang after losing to Fury a couple times. What do you think? What do you think about this fight? I mean, how do you feel about this fight?
I mean, I clearly think Usyk is a better fighter. I think Usyk should win easily, if not knocking out Deontay Wilder, dropping him or something like that. Because Deontay Wilder's taking a lot of punishment. But for me, Usyk has done, enough for the heavyweight class. This should be his choice. He wants to fight a guy that was in that era who was considered the most dangerous guy.
Yeah. In
boxing at one point.
Sure.
And that was that era. And so he wants to, it's your career. Do what you want to do at the end. Just on the back end, I feel like, even like Canelo, on the back end of your career, if you're winding down, Mayweather did it. I think one of his last fights was Berto. Like, everybody's like, Berto, like, what? Yeah. You know what I mean? Not trying to diss Berto. He was a good fighter, but he, at that point in his career, he had already taken a few losses. He wasn't as hot at that moment. And it's like, it was just like, Berto? Andre Berto? That's who you fighting? And, then Conor McGregor and these guys, and it was just like, why don't you fight these guys? It's up and coming guys. And it was like, nah, I'll just do this. So I think, like, he's on the back end, man. Let a man fight Deontay Wilder. Mm-hmm. It's not like Deontay Wilder doesn't have a chance with that power. He still has that power. Yeah. If he connects, if it's one mistake that you make and he's gotten a hair better or a little bit better than he was at setting it up before. Yeah. If he's got it, if he's trained and he's really gotten in it, plus it's a good thing for you, Deontay Wilder. If he loses this one, this should be his last fight. If he loses it bad. I mean, but I feel like he needs some money too. I don't know that for a fact, but I just listening to this, that, and third, I was like, maybe. I mean, I'm not saying he's broke or anything, but hey, that money goes fast, and you're supporting people. You need a little bit. Everybody could get another few checks before they check out.
For sure. And whether you're in need of money or not, I mean, if you're Deontay Wilder, I think this is a no-brainer, right? This is the guy who's the unified champ. Essentially, this is the man. He doesn't have the WBO anymore. They gave it to Wardley now. Because these sanctioning bodies are, goofy or whatever. But, this is the guy, and if you could land one punch on this guy Usyk, let's face it, he is not a big heavyweight. He's not super small, but.
I mean, he's bigger than Deontay, though.
Well, not height-wise.
Not height-wise.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So my point is, like, he's a smaller heavyweight. We've seen Deontay crush people bigger than him, way bigger than him. There's no way you say no to that fight if you're a fighter. You know what I mean?
It's crazy that we look at Usyk as a small heavyweight, and he, like, back in the days, he was the big heavyweight. That's a big ass heavyweight.
What's he like? 6'3", 6'4", maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, 6'3", 6'4", I think what they said, he's like 240 or something.
Yeah, that's little now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big dude. I don't know
Yeah, but I think it's obviously a smart move on Wilder's part, and for Usyk, I kind of understand it because you can't, dude. You can't keep going 100% every time. Neither, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you know how this is. You played football, you coached football. We played sports. We got kids in sports. I mean, if you put any kid in there in a tough situation where he's got to go 100 every time, you're going to tax him out. You're going to burn him out. I think once in a while, these guys do take, just like they take a round off here and there sometimes, they do take a bit of a fight off. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be that easy, but relative to, the guys he's been fighting, it might be a bit easier. Although, like you said, there's that looming right hand, dude. At any time that right hand lands, I'm still scared of that right hand. I don't know when that right hand's gonna come out. It's like the Jack in the Box. At any time it'll come out and get you.
And the thing is, I think because people haven't seen him land that right hand in a long time, they think maybe the power's gone. It's not gone nowhere. People just smartly move out the way now, and people know how to get it's a blueprint to how to get around that hand now. And so it's like, that's the only problem, that was really his equalizer from starting so late in boxing. I started late. I'm not as technical as these guys, but I'm long, tall, and I can hit hard.
Do you think, would you think Usyk stops him in that fight? He wins the decision. What do you think happens?
I think Usyk stops him in the fight.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, because right now I think his punch resistance may be a little bit lower than what it used to be. Because one thing you can say about him too, he had a hell of a chin. He was a hell of a warrior. I mean, the beatings he would take, and then finally knock somebody out. It's like, dude, how's this dude still standing up? He's taking a beating. And then it's like, bam! It's like, oh, that's over.
I think about that King Kong Ortiz fight. I think some of those Fury fights were crazy too, man. Those Fury fights,
he was getting beat. When they threw in a towel, he was getting destroyed, and he was still getting back. I was like, dude, I don't know. Everybody wanted the towel to be thrown. That's how bad he was getting beat, and he wouldn't go down. So he was a tough dude. But I think after a while that just wears on you, and you get older. Your punch resistance gets less. Plus, out after being knocked out or really hurt, like Zhang had him and everything. Like, I mean, I just and he took punishment during a Parker fight. Parker couldn't get him out of there, but he took a lot of punishment during that fight. And so, I mean, I would like to see him come back and give it a good go and give it a good fight. It's entertaining. I'd like to see him make as much money as he can before he goes out. But I think if he takes a beat in this fight, he needs to just take that money,
sit his ass down somewhere.
Yeah.
Tuscaloosa, go back to
you want to be able to
Tuscaloosa,
enjoy your money and your kids and your wife and all that stuff.
For sure. Is he still with his wife? I mean, weren't they having some issues or something? I don't even know.
Yeah, I remember that. Honestly, I haven't heard much about Deontay Wilder in last year or so. Like,
yeah. I did see Malik Scott today. I think it was. He was on that Max Kellerman Ring magazine YouTube video talking about some stuff. I would imagine he's still training Deontay Wilder, but I don't know, man. I haven't heard much about Wilder either. This is not the Gossip Girls channel, so that's why we don't know nothing about him and his wife. I don't like to get into that goofy stuff, but the reason I brought it up is, for the money issue, right? I mean, if there is an issue there, she's probably going to get a big chunk of change, and I'm sure Usyk will help re it up. So, we wish the best for him. He's the American heavyweight. He's the last American heavyweight hopeful, really, Gary.
And that's big too.
Was that?
That's big. And I said that's big too.
Yeah, and we don't have much on the horizon. There's Richard Torres, but I don't know he's a bit of a smaller heavyweight. He's still early in his career. And I can't really, there was, what was his name? Big Baby. There was Big Baby for a little bit.
He still has to build it back up. He has to build everything back up. And you got to see, he hasn't fought since the loss, right? So you got to see you got to see if he's now different or if he's more focused and better. I don't know.
Yeah. So we don't have a lot going on stateside of the heavyweight division, but it's still popping, Gary. I mean, you got this guy Moses Atama, like I told you about. Then also this weekend coming up, I'm really excited about it, Gary, and I'm going to drop a prediction on it tomorrow. But you've got Agit Kabayel. He's going to be fighting against a guy by the name of Damian Kneba. Now, I don't know if you remember Kabayel, Gary. He's one of these Middle Eastern dudes from Germany. I believe he's of Kurdish descent. He's German. He stopped Gile Big Bang Zhang with body shots on that Saudi card.
Yeah, I do remember that fight. That's the only time I saw him fight, but I do remember, because I thought Zhang was going to win that one.
He stopped him. He stopped Makhmudov. He stopped Frank Sanchez. Remember that Cuban heavyweight that was training with Canelo and them?
Yeah, but I didn't see that fight. The only one I've seen of him is Zhang, I think.
Yeah, he stopped him, and he's been looking. From what Tyson Fury and AJ say, he's really good in sparring. He's been looking really good. He also beat Derek Chisora, back a while back. Even before Chisora fought Usyk. So this guy's good, man, and he's got a fight this weekend. I'm gonna drop a prediction on it. He's fighting a Polish fighter whose his name is Damian Kneba. I think he's a top-ranked fighter. He's undefeated, very athletic, very tall, and the longest reach in boxing. This Polish kid, Gary, 86-inch wingspan, 86 inches.
That's crazy.
That's
Kevin Durant in there,
dude. He could punch you through the mail, big dog. That's how long his arms are. So, that's going to be an interesting little matchup. And then on the same day, Gary, and I'm thinking I'm going to go live. I'm going to do a fight companion if I can for the day. So it would be great to have you join me.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Subriel Matias defending his WBC title against Dalton Smith, a kid from the UK that I think I told you to check him out. He looks pretty good to me, man. I know that's kind of off topic, but what do you think about that fight? Have you had a chance?
No, I saw Dalton. Matisse, I always feel like Matisse is a good fighter. I don't feel like he's a great fighter.
Now wait a minute. I do want to preface this with a warning. The Puerto Rican fans have been absolutely obliterating the channel for the past 24 to 48 hours because I predicted that Dalton Smith might win a decision or even stop Matias. It's a risky prediction, Gary, I think it's almost 50-50. I'm saying 55-45 in favor of Smith because he's the younger man and because I don't think Matias's style is good for a 33 going on 34-year-old.
Yeah.
But before you say anything crazy, the Puerto Ricans, they're going to come get you, Gary, because they're coming after me already, brother.
Well, I mean, I would lean more to Matisse, but I don't think it's like a clear cut, like people have in his head, and he shouldn't be thinking that either. Like people thought with Paro when he fought Paro. I mean, this dude can hurt him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't think Matisse is like the greatest fighter. I think he's a good fighter, but I think it's levels to different things. So I don't think he's out of reach of being touched or hurt or, you know? And so I want to see it. I think it's going to be a entertaining fight. I think it's going to be action. I think it's going to be good. And I think that, you know, he better be on the game. But I don't really think it's going the distance, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going the distance.
You think either Matias breaks him down or this guy like stops him at some point, or what do you think?
Yeah,
I think the same thing. I mean, unless it's a total war, you know.
I think somebody's going down. Some is not going to finish the fight, and I think it's going to be an entertaining fight. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. I mean, I would lean more to Matisse just because I think he's a veteran. He kind of you know. How many losses did he have? He lost his last. He lost to Paro. He lost to.
Yeah, he lost to this Armenian kid. I forgot his name, but he avenged that loss. He ended up avenging it. So, you know, he's had only 2 losses. This Smith kid is undefeated, but he has less fights. Here's the way I'm looking at it, Gary. You know, I mean, all these people are they get mad at me, but I keep trying to tell them, look, I think it's a toss-up, really. You know, the only thing, Gary, that's got me leaning to Smith, the only thing is, you know, you've seen Matias's style, bro. You know, on this channel, me and you, we always go with the guy we think is more technical. I don't think Matias is technical at all. I think he just comes forward. And then he's 33, bro. And he's about to turn 34 in March. Like, he's not young. This kid is...
You told me that's the prime. That's the best... 33. You told me. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It is normally the prime, right? But with the way he fights, dude, it's you take a year off your life every time you fight like that. In my opinion, like that's a hard way to fight.
Yeah.
And so when you're going in there against a kid that's 28, right? Super hungry,
young, strong,
undefeated, bigger than you, taller than you. You know, and can punch, and he's now seen the blueprint on how to beat you by watching Paul.
No, that's what I know. He's taller than Matisse?
He's taller than him.
How tall is he?
I saw Matias listed as 5'8" somewhere and 5'9" somewhere else. This guy was listed as 5'9.5".
Because see, I was thinking Matisse was more like 5'9" or around that.
That's
5'9", 5'10". I thought maybe because of his body build, he looks taller. But I thought he was taller than that.
I think this guy looks a little bit bigger. I mean, we'll see at the weigh-in, but this guy looks a little bit bigger to me, and he's listed as 5'9.5", where I've seen Matias listed at 5'8" and 5'9", never taller than that. But I mean, this kid is big, dude. This kid's built like a pretty big guy too. You know what I mean? I actually think he looks more physically strong, but it could be, you know, again, it could be just he's the younger man, but this is a young man's sport. You know, this really is a young man's sport.
Hey, never forget an old dog with his tricks.
That's true. That's
old dog with his tricks. So I mean,
we'll see. I think it'll be
if you give Matisse the type of fight he wants, a trading where you're trading, hey, when that happens, and
he'll get you out of there. He'll get you out of there. Yeah. For sure. For sure. No, that's why I was like real hesitant to
see. Paro was really boxing him more.
What's that?
Say Paro, he was really boxing him. He'll go meet him in the middle and go toe to toe a little bit, but then he would go out, come back out and box and stay on out and jump in, and so that was a masterclass in boxing. So that's kind of how you want to beat Matisse. Yeah. But if you get into a war with him, that's what he wants.
I also think what's his name, Smith. I feel like Smith hits harder than Paro. I don't know if you've seen when he fought Cepeda. Smith
No.
fought Jose Cepeda, and everybody's saying, "Oh, Jose Cepeda was already old. He was, 39 years old or whatever." Yeah, he's old, but the guy's a veteran, and this guy got him out of there with a body shot. It was a nasty body shot. Got him out of there. So for me, Cepeda,
I can see him doing Matisse like that too.
Yeah, so for me, Cepeda is like is just as good as anyone Matias has fought. Really, I mean, Matias fought Paro but lost, and then he fought Puello, who's good in the last fight.
Yeah.
He's a good fighter, but I thought that was. I don't even know if I agreed with that decision. That was a close decision, Gary. I wasn't.
I thought he won.
I thought it was close. So we'll see, man. It's going to be interesting, that one, and I definitely want to watch Caballo, man, because I do think him and Fabio Wardley and Moses Itama might be the next three guys in the heavyweight division. They might be the next three guys. So,
and I hate to say this, I don't think they're going to bring as much star power as the ones before them.
Yeah, well,
I just don't. I just don't see, a star. Not saying they're not good fighters or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't see, like, you had like Deontay Wilder, incredible knockout power, was just, and the personality, the yelling, the screaming, the going wild. And you got Anthony Joshua knocking people out, and he's a big, muscular, good-looking dude, like just a massive man. And you're like, damn, you see this big ass dude?
Gary Moses Itama is 6'4.5". So I guess.
Well, I already told you I don't really know him like that.
But
I told you I don't know him.
21 years old, 13 fights, 11 knockouts. I mean, the guy is just.
He might be. I seen Fabio Wardley and I seen his fights. He's a powerful guy, but I haven't seen anything that jumps off the screen and said, hey, he's that guy. I mean, some of the guys behind, I haven't seen anything. This guy you're talking about, I haven't seen him fight, so I can't really speak on
Parker, dude. Wardley just beat Parker, stopped him.
Yeah, but I still don't see I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying this is about how good they fight. I'm saying this as star power, something that can draw people into. It can't be because what's his name was great for years. He's a Hall of Famer, Vladimir, and the Klitschko's, but they were kind of boring fighting, or wasn't. I mean, they were excellent. They dominated for a while. They ruled it for a while, but it wasn't like this era of Tyson Fury, of AJ and all them. I really felt like boxing in heavyweight was back, like at that point.
I think Itama, they're selling him. He's just 21. I think they're selling him as the next big thing, and I think his star power will rise potentially to the level of maybe like an AJ or something like that. With Wardley, look, he's the hardcore fight fans guy, right? Like for me, I've been watching him for years, and I knew he was going to be. I thought he would be champ, and he became champ pretty much before I thought he would become champ. Only because he's the kind of guy that like gets it out the mud. He's like Dillian White, He's not. There's not a lot of fluff. There's not a lot of push people backing him the way they should be. But he's very athletic, very talented, very tough. He's like Dillian White. He'll just fight anybody. I believe he's even managed by him to an extent. And I just really like him, So I agree with you on him. I hope they give him more shine, but I think I'm
not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna lose to Parker. And I thought he was gonna lose, but he knocked him out.
No, the guy can fight, man. And then
I mean, he's kind of awkward, so it gives people trouble. So but I thought he was gonna lose to Parker, but what do I know?
Don Madrazo says Wilder fought Cans. He's from the Klitschko area and did nothing with it but get beat up by Fury. And then he says Itama has the it factor. What do you think about that, Gary? I kind of agree with that in that I don't think Wilder fought anybody elite. I think me and you have discussed this before. I don't think he fought anyone elite till he fought Fury. Really, I mean, the best guy he fought before that was King Kong Ortiz, who was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as he went up to the elite, that's why I don't rate Deontay Wilder as like one of the greats. He was really good, but not one of the greats, I wouldn't say.
Well, I got a couple things for that. One is he didn't fight a whole bunch of great fighters, but I do feel like, okay, King Kong was a good fighter.
Yeah.
And it wasn't it wasn't no mystery that Deontay Wilder was a one-trick pony. He had power. I wasn't, and he was still beating all these guys with lesser skills, lesser footwork. He even stopped setting it up to a point at the end. And like I said, Tyson Fury is probably in this era, you said second best. Before Usyk came to heavyweight, he was the best.
Yeah,
he was the best out there. He beat Klitschko easily. He beat what's his name after? Well, I guess he retired after that. Came back, fought Wilder. Then he knocked out Dillian White easily. You know what I mean? So this is and Wilder gave him some tough times.
Yeah.
He hit the canvas multiple times with Wilder. You know what I mean? Sure. So, I mean, you can't just dismiss him as like he was just this nobody. He had the first fight, a lot of people think that was a long count. Tyson Fury should have been knocked out. The second fight, he got his ass whooped. Third fight, he's getting his ass whooped too, but he knocked him down. He still knocked down Tyson Fury twice. He still knocked Tyson Fury down twice. So he made it somewhat a fight, with what the skills he had. I felt like if he fought some of these if he fought Zhang or Parker before he fought Tyson Fury 3 times, it probably would have been a better fight. They wouldn't have had idea of, this is how you beat this guy, this, that. Once the blueprint out and you've seen a guy and you've seen him and and you see we'll pick him apart, that's why I don't think he's going to beat anybody anymore, because most people have downloaded that information, see the blueprint, and he's old. He's like 42, ain't he, or something like that? 41 or something? Yeah.
I wonder how old is he now? Is he in his 40s already? Let's take a look at 40. He's actually 40 flat.
Oh, 40. Okay. I'll give him two more years.
Yeah, man. I hear you. I thought he was really good. I'll say he was really good. Maybe borderline elite, but I won't give him elite. I would say
no. I won't give him.
Yeah, I would say he was really good. I would say Fury was elite. I would say Usyk obviously was elite. What do you think about AJ? Would you give AJ elite? I would give AJ elite.
AJ, yeah, he was elite. I mean, are you talking about all time? Are you talking about for the era or what?
Well, that's okay. So let's get into that.
So we have elite of your era, but then elite of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, elite of all time. I gotta think about that one, because he did get whooped by Usyk twice, but Usyk is an elite.
But it was decisions both time, right? I mean, he gave Usyk a good fight too, a pretty good fight.
It was decision, but it was clear that Usyk won those fights. I mean, it wasn't like debate. It wasn't like a debate, like, I think AJ. Yeah. No, it was like clear. You lost. You know what I mean? You lost both times. And then he got knocked out by Dubois.
Yeah.
So
but look who he fought, dude. He fought Ruiz. He fought Dubois.
We won't look at that Ruiz like the same.
Dude,
we'll look at Ruiz like King Kong to Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, but Ruiz beat King Kong, although King Kong was older then.
And it was still a tough fight for both of them. It wasn't like no crazy. Yeah. It wasn't like he just dominated King Kong.
Like AJ was fighting everybody that wanted to fight. Like he really was.
I got you. I'm not saying that he's not a great fighter. I feel like of his era, he's the elite of his era. Now, elite of all time. This is my thing though. Who did he beat elite?
My thing with elite of all time. My thing with elite of all time is a lot of people say elite of all time, right? But Muhammad Ali is considered elite of all time, right? But if you take Muhammad Ali, I mean, no offense, he's considered the GOAT by many. but
Mhm.
you put him in the ring with like a 6'6" prime Lennox Lewis, or even a 6'7" tight or 6'9", whatever he is, prime Tyson Fury. Like he's six. What was he like 6'3"?
Yeah, he was like 6'3", 205
Like
pounds in
that's
his
what I'm
prime.
saying. Like I
Yeah.
don't. Maybe I'm wrong, right? But I feel like the sport has changed so much,
Well,
Gary.
my
Like
thing
it's
is, my thing about here's one thing. My thing about greatest of all time. I'm not saying that Ali would beat everybody on this list.
yeah, yeah.
I'm saying with his skill set, with the way he boxes, his IQ, I'm looking because
For
greatest of all
his
time.
time,
If
for
you want
his
to say,
time, for
I
his
was
time.
well, not even just his time. I was gonna say what I was gonna say is when I'm talking about greatest of all time, I wasn't really talking about divisions or anything,
Yeah,
just boxers, period. And when you do it like that, like is Floyd Mayweather greater than a heavyweight that
that's what
probably
I'm
could
saying.
whoop
That's
his
what I'm
ass?
saying. Like
Yeah, I still think that Floyd Mayweather is a better fighter than Deontay Wilder, even
yeah.
though Deontay Wilder might knock him out. I don't know if he can hit
But
him or not.
the comparison with Floyd would be, would Floyd have beaten Duran and Leonard and Hearns and these guys, right?
But see, that's where I was gonna go with it. I was gonna say, are you just saying elite of all time at heavyweight or elite of all time in boxing, period? Because
Yeah,
I think we can look at people's skill set, even at different weights, and be like, that dude had it all. Like a lot of
yeah.
people say, I heard other boxers say, greatest boxer I ever seen was Roy Jones Jr. That's not somebody in their class or anything, but they just say, hey, that was the greatest, most
Yeah.
talented boxer I ever seen. They didn't say of light heavyweight, or
Right, right.
none of this. You know what I'm saying? They just said I feel like he's that. That's why I was saying that. Now, if you're talking about heavyweights, I still would have to. One other thing I do go through.
Don't forget Joe Louis too, man. I feel like Joe Louis is.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I like
no, I
Joe
like Joe
Louis.
Louis too. What I will also put to say who's more elite and this that, even though the sides are different, is the quality opponent you face, just like you're doing with Deontay Wilder
Right, right,
and
right.
you're doing with other people. Quality of people, Muhammad Ali had to fight there
Yeah,
and beat. He lost some, but he beat a lot of them too.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And you don't have that on your record. If I look at AJ and I got to compare him to, dang, he fought Foreman, he fought
Joe
Joe
Frazier,
Frazier,
Kenny
Kenny Norton.
Norton.
You know what I'm
Damn, bro.
saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you start looking at this, you're like, Sonny Liston.
Damn,
And it's
bro.
like, oh man, that man fought beast in there.
I
Like, and then I
know.
look at who you fought, I kind of go, yeah, I get you bigger. And if you and Ali had to fight, Ali would be at a massive disadvantage. But I can also say Tyson was a small heavyweight and he got in there with Lennox Lewis. Got his
Yeah.
ass kicked,
Yeah.
but he got in there with Lennox Lewis. I can I can say Holyfield.
I'm glad you couched it right.
But I'm just saying, but that wasn't prime Tyson either. That was still
Yeah, yeah,
Tyson.
for sure.
And then if you look at Holyfield went in there and he fought and he fought
Lennox Lewis,
Lennox
Riddick
Lewis.
Bowe,
Riddick Bowe was
Mike
huge.
Tyson.
No, I'm just saying Riddick Bowe is a big ass dude too now.
Yeah,
You gotta forget that Riddick Bowe was big, and he went against George Foreman, even though George Foreman was older, but he was 240 laying wood
James
on people.
Toney,
245 or something.
he even fought James Toney, dude.
Yeah.
Holyfield fought everybody, bro.
Well, I'm just saying that Holyfield was a lighter heavyweight, and he still fought dudes
Yeah,
that
he was a cruiserweight, like Usyk.
yeah. And I'm saying he fought dudes that was 40 pounds heavier than him back then. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't think it's impossible. Deontay Wilder's only 215.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
You know
What
what I'm
Wilder was able to do at his weight is
Yeah.
crazy because he could have just been a cruiserweight.
Yeah,
Don
a dominant
Madrazo,
cruiserweight.
Don Madrazo, Gary says Usyk has proven to be an all-time great.
Yeah,
How do you feel about that statement?
I 1,000% agree with him.
Yeah.
You have to put him in there in that conversation of maybe top 10, because just like we go back and say, and that's why I think he wants Deontay Wilder's head on his little mountain. You know what I'm saying? Because I can say, look, because Deontay, whether you agree with it or not, Deontay Wilder's probably going through the Hall of Fame.
It's a big name. It's a big name too.
He's probably going to the Hall of Fame.
It's a big scalp, Gary. That's a big scalp.
He has it on his. He has it mounted on. He wants it mounted on his wall. He has Tyson Fury, who was supposed to be an all-time great, which I still do think he's an all-time great. But you got
Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua.
Yeah. Dubois.
Deontay Wilder, bro. Oh, and Dubois.
Yeah, Dubois. I said Dubois. I messed up. I've been saying it right the whole time.
Yeah, come on, Gary. Come on, man.
But I'm just saying, he can say, look, these are all potential Hall of Famers. I don't know about Dubois yet, but he might be, probably gonna be a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's probably gonna
100%.
Yeah, 100%. He's probably gonna be a Hall of Famer.
You can't defend that WBC belt as much as Deontay Wilder did and knock people out the way he did, and not be, and another thing to consider. I mean, those fights with Fury, like you said, man, they were close, man. They were close.
Yeah.
They were crazy. It was just a matter of maybe an inch or two where that punch lands, and the result's completely different. So,
or a second or two with the count.
Yeah. So I definitely think, I agree with you. He belongs in the Hall of Fame. I also agree that Usyk wants that scalp. He wants that head on his mantle, like you said. And I do agree, Usyk, has to be seen as an all-time great, man, because here's what Usyk did, Gary. I don't think anybody's ever done this. Wins a gold medal in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
That's first and foremost, bro.
Yep.
Like, that's crazy, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Goes to cruiserweight, beats everybody, and unifies.
Mm-hmm.
And that division is tough, but nobody wants to stay there, Gary, because they all want to jump up to the next weight class, which is heavyweight, which is where the money's at.
Yeah.
So he's in there fighting all those dogs at cruiserweight that nobody wants to see. Unifies that division, moves up to heavyweight, and then unifies heavyweight as the smallest man among like all of them, and just with. And I mean, then his skills, bro. He does it with skills. You know what I mean? It was when you do it with skills.
Yeah,
that's just different. There's something different about it.
And you seen him go through a hard time. He got. That first fight, he got hurt by Fury.
Yeah,
he got hurt, and he made it through, and then came back and was like, you know what I mean. Even the second fight, I think sometimes he got hurt. That's why he was like, "Yo, this is the toughest fight I had." Like, this dude and Tyson Fury. I think the last fight outweighed him by like what? I don't know. Like
he was huge.
These other rounds, I think he's trying to be like more like 300 pounds or something. When he fought Usyk.
He looked like he ate Usyk in that second fight.
I mean, I'm just like, dude. I mean, and he does all that. Yeah. So for sure, Usyk is an all-time great. Anthony Joshua, I think you can have that conversation, but I just think he needs, if he goes and gets Tyson Fury out of there, you might have to say, yeah.
If Joshua, here's the other thing I wanted to ask you, before we head out here. I feel like Joshua still might have a run in him, man. I feel like Joshua could still potentially have a run in him because he fought Usyk twice to a decision. Usyk is older. I felt like Joshua, even though he got stopped by Dubois, had hurt Dubois. He had him hurt, and he was trying to get rid of him and got caught. When he
he had already been dropped like three times before that.
Right. But imagine he came back from that adversity. He hurt Dubois, and it's kind of like what happened to him with Andy Ruiz. I think if he fought Dubois again, I would actually. You might disagree. I would actually put my money on Joshua, and so that's why I feel like Joshua potentially has another run in him. I think that's why he's still so motivated. I think he does still have another run in him, and I don't know. I would like to see that happen.
If him and Dubois fought again, I think he would lose again.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a better fight. I don't think he gets washed like he did in the other fight. I think it'll be a much better fight. But I just think Dubois. One thing I overlooked in the first fight is him being a training partner and being in there with Joshua before in the ring and really saying like, hey, I've sparred, and from what you hear with the sparring that he got the best of Joshua when he sparred with Joshua. When he spars. So I'm like, maybe is that thing where he knows. It's kind of like when Ali fought what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. At towards the end. It was towards the end of Ali's career. He fought sparring partner. He's Hall of Famer. What's his name? I can't think his name.
Holmes? Was it
Holmes. Yeah, Holmes. Like, that was the sparring partner and everything. And Holmes, I mean, obviously, Muhammad Ali was on the back end at that point, and Holmes was pretty much going into his prime.
Yeah.
But a guy or whatever, I guess. And so I just think that Dubois, I mean, I think he probably would have AJ's number. I give AJ a shot against Tyson Fury, which would be a huge fight.
Yeah.
I give him a shot against that just because Tyson Fury gets knocked down a lot.
Yeah.
So he gets hurt a lot. So it's always possible. And AJ's a big, heavy puncher. If AJ lands like he did on Klitschko or whatever, it can be lights out, or he could win the fight. And Tyson Fury's kind of like you say, 37 or something like that, 38, 37.
I would say he's at least 37 by now. Let me take a look here. Let's look into him. Tyson Fury. 37. Yep. As of August.
And so he's on the back end, especially at being a heavy guy like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, I can see him beating a lot of people. I don't see Dubois, but I think if Usyk ends up retiring and Tyson Fury ends up retiring, I definitely think he can still be number 1 or 2 in the heavyweight division. Yeah. And really some of these younger guys give some of these younger guys some real problems. I mean, unfortunately, he came up when Usyk came in.
Yeah.
And
luck of the draw. Well, that's all we've got for you guys on this episode of the Fighters Rep podcast, episode 79. Be sure to subscribe and join. Follow us on Instagram at Fighters Rep and at Ignite Behavior. And Gary, we'll see you again next Monday right here, same time, same place, brother.
Hey, everybody, comment, like, share, but also know where I am and where George is. So if you want to attack George because of his Matisse take, go to his house, not to mine. Go to California.
Miami's closer. All right, big dog. Appreciate
it. Yeah. All right.